What's up, everybody, and welcome back at Adobe Live. I'm your host, Kladi, and I'm here with you for a challenge recap. In fact, today we're just gonna take it easy. We're just gonna go and explore all these 2 weeks of challenges. I can see that the chat is already moving on behance.net/live. The party has started for this weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Lovely to have you here. I can see Laura in the chat. Lovely to see you. It's been a while. Also, Stony, Jürgen, Jack Watson, Gerard. Lovely to see you, everybody. As I said, I'm your host, Kladi. I'm an Italian designer based in Manchester, UK. And here we've been having fun in these past 2 weeks exploring Adobe Illustrator. And we have in particular just sharpen our skills, not just, we have really hard just to sharpen our skills and learned new techniques together by exploring different challenges. In fact, we've been developing 8 different challenges, and today I'm just gonna spend some time, we have 30 minutes together, to go over all the work that we have put in these weeks. I'm gonna be checking out your work, so I'm gonna go through the recap. If you have taken part at the challenge, this is the time to submit on Discord. Is our bit.ly. Let me actually jump into screen so you can see right away our Discord. By the way, you can find the link just below if you're looking for that Discord link. But let me see, let's bring it up into my screen so we can all see it together. So as I say, it's bit.ly/AI Discord. We should be able to see it in just a second. Definitely clicked the wrong button there. Here we are. So let's find out our Discord. Here it is. So is bit.ly/AI Discord. You will be able to join and submit your design. Make sure to do so while we're here, because I will be jumping into Discord in order to review your work during this stream. This is a live stream, and every single challenge is available on a replay. So if you didn't have the chance to join the challenges but you wish to do so, you can always do that at any time. In fact, there is also a landing page for our challenges, which I'm going to just show you in a second. Let's go ahead and find our challenges page. Here it is behance.net/challenge/illustrator. And that's the URL. If you click on this URL, you will be able to access every single replay, so you can watch the videos again, but most importantly, you can also watch all the get all the different starter files, because each different challenge has an Illustrator starter file. Therefore, if you are just starting, you can just simply go back and start from scratch with a little bit of help thanks to the getting started files. Cuddy Bear, lovely to see you in the chat. Mustafa, thank you for joining us. Barbara, let us know in the chat, where are you watching from? We're always very excited. And as I say, this is the link on the side, bit.ly/AI Discord, in order to submit your work. I'm going to do a recap. Let's start now by challenge number 1. And then I'm going to jump into Discord to look at your work. So this is the chance to have some live feedback. By the way, if you're watching from YouTube, make sure to jump on behance.net/live. That is the place where I'm reading your comments and I can give you a feedback. Perfect. So Mustafa is saying Happy Jubilee, of course, in the UK. I am in Manchester, UK. So Mustafa, that's very, very appropriate for this stream. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and jump into Illustrator, and let's start by challenge number 1. So in challenge number 1, we have explored how to create a character using shapes. As you can see just behind me, we have this little kitten that we have created by using circles, squares, rectangles, and triangular shapes. So as you can see, super easy. That's why I left all the steps. We went from an outline into coloring using the color palette that was already provided for you in the starter file. And then we used the brand new 3D technology preview in order to create this 3D effect by inflating each different part of our cat. By the way, here, while I'm doing the recap, this is also a great opportunity for you. If you perhaps have just joined, I'm going to keep my eyes in the chat as we go, because I say this is just a chilled stream, so you can have an overview of these 2 weeks of work. If there is something that wasn't clear that maybe you want me to do again, I'm here. I'm available to do it again. So here are the files. If you have any question, if you want to see something in particular, please do ask questions in the chat. If you see that I don't reply right away, just bear in mind there is a little bit of a delay. Also, if you liked a particular challenge, even if you haven't taken it yet, but maybe you just like the idea of the challenge, just let me know in the chat, put a little heart, say challenge 1, challenge 2. I really like to see what you guys get excited about so I can create more content that is appropriate for what you want to experiment with in Adobe Illustrator. Perfect. So that was challenge number 1. I thought it was nice to start strong with some 3D, and most importantly, the brand new 3D, which was introduced in October during Adobe Max, the 3D preview technology. It was is a very, very cool way of creating 3D by starting from a flat art. So as you can see, we literally created shapes, circles, rectangles, squares, and then poof, we transformed it into a cat. And something that is not here that perhaps I'll be able to show you real quick is that at the very end, if I remember well, during the challenge, we actually used as well one of the custom materials. So if we head to the 3D materials panel, I remember showing you, so the fact that we have at this shape is the inflate in order to add volume to your shapes. But also what have we done here? Let's see if we can actually access that. Is the material, and in particular my material, which were the material created by the community into the Substance website. So if you click on the icon here, you will be taken into the Substance 3D community, and you will be able to download any of the materials. Look how cool is that? Those are so beautiful, and those are just easy for you to download. The one that I've downloaded was a fur effect. In fact, if I just go ahead and click on leopard, you will see that right away the leopard effect is fur effect is applied to my leopard. And then here you can offset it, you can change its position, its rotation, resolution, and so on and so forth. So that was a little bit of challenge number 1. We have Richard right away saying challenge number 7 with the experimental text effect, selection of challenges. Perfect. Let's go ahead and let's keep going into our challenges. So that was challenge number 1. Give me a heart in the chat if you enjoyed our kitten for challenge number 1. I'm going to go ahead and close that 3D and materials panel, and we are in challenge number 2. So that was about 2 weeks ago nearly now. Stony saying, I haven't started yet, but I think you picked a good selection of challenges. Oh, thank you, Stony. I'm so happy. And take your time. You can do it during the weekend when I do the challenges sometimes as well, because I like to practice, because those are good for everybody. Even if you are, a beginner, if you're a professional, that's a good way to create portfolio pieces and just to sharpen your skills and introduce new techniques that you will be able to use in your projects. Right, so here we've been talking about mood boards and the importance of having mood boards in order to have a very easy way to understand the direction of your project, especially if you're working with a team or if you're working with customers. So we understood how to go from a collection of image, because that's what a mood board is a collection of image for a specific project in order to align and focus the direction of your work. And we see a lot of heart in the chat. Thank you. That makes me happy. We have red hearts, we have purple hearts, we have little smiley face with hearts high, which is also very, very cool. Perfect. So we learned how to go for something like that, which is a collage effect. Nothing wrong with that. Into a more professional, clean and neat look of creating mood boards by using masks. So here again, the main shortcut that you want to remember in order to make sure that you mask an image behind the shape is to use the shortcut command 7. But most importantly, you want to make sure that your shape, and I'm just going to give it a color feel just so we can see the shape nice and neatly. The shape has to be above your image. You can give it around the corners, doesn't matter, whatever you want. You can change whatever shape you prefer. It can be a star, it can be a circle, it can be a square. Command 7, Control 7 on a window, making sure that the shape is overlapping the image. If you have issue creating masks, it might be because you have different objects or different images. You need to make sure to have a path. so a shape that is above, and a grouped section of images. So if I have different images and you want to make sure that you have them under a single mask, you will not need to group them first, otherwise they don't work. I can see Robzilla in the house. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, Rob. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and go ahead and check his workout. It's absolutely amazing. I'm a fan. I had the pleasure to meet him in Washington in person during Creative Pro Week, and thank you so much for joining us here. Let's go ahead and move into challenge number 3, because time goes way too fast here, and I want to see your work on Discord as well. So here we worked with seamless pattern. Besides giving you some tips and techniques on how to create seamless pattern and tiles using artboard. So in this case here, as you can see, what we've done is to create a pattern by distributing images on the top and a side. And then I'm just going to do this real quick, because I like to do a quick recap here. The most important part was to make sure that we were going to move the items from the top to the bottom, or bottom to the top, whatever you want, and then the same from the left to the right. Now, if you remember, the most important trick here is to use the Shift tool in order to select the artboard tool and make sure that we know the size of our artboard. I think I have way too many challenges open. My Illustrator, just having a second, is 300 pixel. That will be very useful when we go ahead into our transform options. And with the move, which is Shift Command M, there will be Shift Control M if you're working on a Windows machine, we will be able to move our design vertically all 300 pixels. Remember, it's a positive number because we're moving down. If we were moving to the top, it would have been a negative assets, and the same for the one to the side. If you want to go to the right, looks opposite here. If you want to go to the right, you're going to use a positive number. If you're going backwards, we're going to use a negative value. So again, horizontal 0, vertical 300. You will see if you click the preview that our shape shift from the top to the bottom margin. So everything that is bleeding out of our tile will be repeated and moved. So make sure to press copy, not OK, to create a copy. And here we go. We create a tile. We use the bounding box, dropped it inside our little swatches panel, and we will be able to create pattern tiles. Also, we learned how to export. I think that was one of the biggest wow moments for a lot of people, how to export without having those ugly tile line, the reveal where is the end of your tile. You want to make sure to export with the art optimization whenever you go on to export using the web export. So again, file, export, we're going to use the legacy, save for web, and then here you want to make sure that your art optimize is selected. And I'm probably going to have to start closing some of these windows. Yeah, so you want to set your anti-aliasing to art optimize in order to get rid of those ugly little tiles that will display and they will break your pattern, and therefore it doesn't look seamless anymore. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just close this, because otherwise I'm on my laptop, which is having a little bit of hiccups. Yeah, also I left the 3D preview open, what I was doing there. Perfect. Now, after the seamless pattern, we have the file ready for print, which I probably closed already because I was doing everything too fast. We learned how to create a bleed and margin. Let's see if we can quickly open that up. Here we go. Let's see if we can drop it into Illustrator and have that open. Perfect here. So we learned how to use offset path in order to move the path inward, and we created a smaller path and we created our margins, and then we used shapes and we divided a shape and split it into a grid by using the object path and split into grid. Of course, I do not have any shape selected right now. That doesn't work. But then also we learned how to convert any shape into a grid, and I'm just going to do that real quick by pressing the Command 5 magic shortcut that transform any shape you want into a grid. And also we learned how to add the bleed, which is this little red area that will allow the printer a little margin of error by going into document setup, or when you're setting up the file, and adding a 3mm bleed, which is what is the standard printing bleed, or 0.125 inches, in order to allow your printer some margin of error when stretching a background and when cropping a background. when printing. Perfect. I just want to move fast because there is much more to talk about. Here we've been playing with gradients. So not only we discovered difference between a linear gradient, radial gradient, and the magic freeform gradients, but we also learn how to use blend modes in order to have them multiply and show different effects. So here we can see that we have definitely a gradient applied, and here also, oh, that was really cool. I remember someone in chat suggested me to show that, and I think it was a fantastic suggestion, how to blend an image. So in order to get rid of the straight edge, you can use also gradient by having the transparency value set to 0, going to 100 of the same color, in order to blend any image into a solid color background, so you can perhaps add your details or maybe add some description or whatever image that you have featured above. Perfect. And we're almost at the end. We here moved into creating a thank you card. We learned again how to use a mask for images and how to layer different items inside the mask. As you can see here, we have again a shape that has been using to colorize the image, but most importantly, we have lifted some text and learned how to go from font.adobe.com and use our search by image in order to use any font that we found during our research and find a specific image for it. Fantastic. So time is ticking and I still have to look at your work. We also learned how to, that was yesterday, I think, we recolor an artwork in order to keep it on brand. So we have those vector files that we lifted from stock.adobe.com. Again, another wonderful Adobe service that will allow you to use a professional vector art when you have the need of having some quick vector that you do not have the time or maybe the skills to create. They're already there, available for you, stock.adobe.com. You can also browse it from your libraries panel by clicking on the little search in Adobe Stock and making sure that your filters is selected into vector art. And then we use the recolor option, which is located under the edit menu, in order to recolor art by lifting the color here from the brand. And that's actually a screenshot that we took from a branding book, and we used our color.adobe.com in order to lift the color from there. Perfect. That was another challenge. We've done so much work to create your Instagram business card so you can have it there in your highlights and share it over and over again. I think the one that I was missing is the text effect, but instead of showing you mine, let's jump into Discord because I want to see your work and give you some feedback. So we are here on that. I just want to make sure that I'm in the Illustrator challenge, and then here under the challenge channel, which is just above me over here, you will be able, and you still can post your work in order to have feedback. We have our lovely community. There are nearly 2,000 people right now live. We have our moderator, our lovely mentor, Andrew, Colby, Katarina, Ryan, and yours truly is always there as well. If you want to have a little feedback, make sure to @ me and I will be able to say hi to you. And we can see Sekbavi that has done our last challenge by applying color from any image. So we have the original color that is then being vectorized and then applied a different color depending on the brand. Fantastic work, really showcase what we were doing here. Same here, we have pattern and illustration that has been recolorized using the recolor art. Here we have the text effect. Perfect, that's the one that I didn't show. Thank you so much, Merviper. So here we use the 3D mapping art. So that will be challenge number 7. Remember, all the challenges are available at behance.net/challenge/illustrator. There will be challenge number 7, experimental text effect. So we use the zigzag line with the zigzag effect, and then we also did the 3D map using our 3D classic options by revolving the shape, rotated revolving the shape, and then mapping the text that was first transformed into a symbol. So that was the challenge that I didn't show you today, but we can see here showcased by Mervy Per. What else here? We have more recolor, lifting color from an image. Fantastic. So we can see that here's been the color palette, and then we applied it into a shape going from A to B. Fantastic job. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, this illustration is so cool. I think this is the gradient one. That is so detailed. Look at that. We have even a portrait on it. Jared, oh, that's you. Self-portrait. That's so cool. I love it. I love when you guys see that's like beautiful, so complex compared to the simple things that I show you. Fantastic. And we have even more. Of course, we have feedback coming from our mentor. I can see Jack Watson there giving a lot of feedback. And here the original color and then the recolored using the recolor artwork. Again, more challenge number 7 here. And then we have the business card. Fantastic job, everybody. I can see that you guys have been working hard and many of you have been following and done many different challenges. We have here Hugh that has done the business card for Instagram with the gradient both applied to the avatar, and also we have Mr. Giggles. Oh, so cute. We have Mr. Giggles little so go ahead and give it a follow as well. We have his business. See, that's like advertisement right away because you have your channel and also you have right away your handle. More business card coming through from Nicole, and we have feedback from Jack Watson. I love it when you have the feedback and then you repost the edited one. Those are my favorite because it really shows your thought process. It shows that you can take in feedback and you're applying it and you're really pushing forward with your skills and techniques. More amazing applied vectors and shapes with Sekabavi. That looks so fantastic. We have our thank you card. I can definitely see that we have the gradient applied to colorize here with a shape on top of the image. So the multi-layer mask with more than one image contained inside of a mask. Fantastic work. Let me zoom out because I'm super zooming here. More business card for, let me just go ahead and shout this out. Oh, Nicole, she actually tagged me. By the way, feel free to tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is @IamKladi. Here we go. Boom. I have my little business card here so I can show you right away. So @IamKladi on pretty much everywhere, Twitter, Instagram. Mainly I'm on Instagram, so feel free to tag me if you ever post your work. I'm always very happy to see what you guys do. And here we have I am Satlen. So here just maybe a quick feedback since I'm here with you. I would say either make this font a little bigger. See how nice in here we have the contrast. Now because they're the same, you know, it should be fine, but I would definitely either give it a bigger weight or make sure that we can read it here, because it just legibility is a little bit harder. So you really want to make sure that you give a little bit more of contrast into your work. And let's go ahead. I love the illustration though. That's so fun. Oh, we have like a mix. We have the patterns, we have the gradients, we have the 3D going on. I can see what you're doing here. I can see you. See what you're doing here. Very cool. Satlin, the only thing again that I would suggest is to keep your eyes for the contrast. Jared, we have Jared Corpru for the business card with the lovely illustration. I think you've done a fantastic job. More gradient and graded applications. For Sikbavi, that was my business card there. More challenge number 7 with the 3D text effect. Fantastic. Again, let me know in the chat which one was your favorite one so far. Tishan, this process is going to take some practice, but that's absolutely fine. I can see that you lifted the color from the image, that you start to use the gradient. You know, practice. That is the way to improve in order and also to become comfortable, because that's what it is about. You need to become comfortable and confident with the tools that you use, and then you can start to implement it, because those are just simple chunks of way in which you can use Illustrator. The cool part is that when you learn to do all these things and then you can put them together, remix them, and create your artwork. I can't believe it's time to say goodbye. I just had a quick glance at the time. We have like, what, 1 minute? Let me see some more over here. Perfect. We can see Jared with the application of the text effect and the 3D. More questions coming up. Our lovely moderator that have been helping you guys. Oh, Dizzy. Then we have a random doggy, and we love that. Absolutely. You know that I'm an animal lover. We have our thank you card. Is that a Weimaraner? Oh, such a cute dog. Those are like some of my favorite dogs. All gray with blue or yellow eyes. And unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. Look at that. Look how cool is this. I love this font. I love what you've done. Probably there is a gradient apply on top. There is a shape that is being used as a shadow underneath. That is, I mean, amazing. And unfortunately we're gonna have to close on this, and it's time to say goodbye. I will be back with you though on Adobe Live, so keep your eyes peeled. And also today is Friday, so a lot of master classes with the amazing evangelists. And remember, to take part in these challenges, you can always head on the main challenge page, which is behance.net/challenge/illustrator, in order to join the challenges. There is still time if you want to play during the weekend. Next week there are more challenges coming as well. We have Andrew O'Cradle for the next 2 weeks. Is going to be amazing. And also you can just go on YouTube as well, maybe just type Illustrator challenge or Kladi challenge, and you will be able to access the preview and all the starter file in Illustrator for you to practice and learning new skills. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye, but I will see you very soon, and I hope you had fun with these wonderful Illustrator creative challenges. Bye bye for now, everybody.